Hey, good evening. I wasn't called up, but I'm just I have the mic, so I had a question. Thank you for providing the space. And really, I'm in the trading world, learning new things constantly, and I'm having to. I love this discussion about truth because really, the truths that I think I hold are actually what's holding me back. And underneath those things, the source, I believe, is a root belief that I've chosen to accept as truth. That anything that I think is hindering my pathway towards the things that I desire and are attempting to achieve are truths that are untrue, things I have to choose to believe. So the question would be, what in your understanding would be the quickest way to begin the path of unlearning false truths, which obviously are many?
Well, why do you want to unlearn?
Because in my path, I have held a lot of things. The older I get, so why would I want to unlearn the truth? So trading is a very, very, very mental game, and the only way you succeed is if you've increased whatever you're attempting to grow. And so I desire the growth, if you want to use that word, or if I choose to use it, in my path is choosing to accept responsibility for those things that I've been given responsibility for, with my family, my children, my wife. And not that those are my things, right? Those are simply something that I feel responsible toward providing for. And any way that I feel I'm not able to perform those tasks, I believe the reasons would be truths I'm choosing to hold that are actually false, which, like I said, I've learned a lot. And the older I get, the more I see that many statements I've made in my past to friends or anyone, posts on Twitter, I feel less.
So there's something to understand.
Yeah.
I think there's what happens is that human beings make many mistakes in their lives. And the mistakes that human beings make are because they believe that things are a certain way when they're actually a different way.
Yep. Agreed.
But the reason that they believe that things are a certain way, that's a learned behavior.
That's right. Programming.
And so the reason that they learned that behavior is because they didn't go around with cotton in their ears and blindfolds over their eyes since the day of their birth. And no sane person would ever do that. However, that is what's required, right? And since, like, the only way that you're not going to do that, like the only way that you're not going to listen to the world, whether it's in your profession or in life or whatever it is, it's just the stuff. Okay, turn on the radio, stuff. Turn on TV, stuff. Pick up a book, stuff. Leave your house, stuff.
Yep.
Okay, just stuff. Okay, so the only way that that's not going to happen is if you have cotton in your ears and blindfolds over your eyes, or you happen to have a very unique, and by unique I don't mean good, just unique, unique and strange DNA that basically propels and compels you to listen to no one. Whether that's because of some profound mistrust that you happen to be invested with by some miraculous, for some miraculous reason, or you're just iconoclastic, or you're just the most contrarian human being ever to walk the face of the earth. Like, so something extreme. There's no moderation, right? So something extreme has to happen, because you will admit that from the day of your birth to have blindfold on and cotton in your ears for the rest of your life, that's extreme. Okay? So something extreme has to happen, whether it is an external extreme that either you impose upon yourself or someone imposes upon you, or it is an extreme which is something that's in your bloodstream. If neither of those extreme things happen, which insulate you and protect you from the world and the nonsense, you're screwed. You know, what is that? That's putting it too nicely. Say that you're screwed. That's like saying you put your hand on the stove and you leave it there, and flames arise and they burn your entire arm off, and call that, oh well, I had a scratch. You wouldn't call that a scratch, but saying that you're screwed is like calling it a scratch. Okay, you're screwed because even if at whatever it is, 40 or 50 or 60 years old, you say, you know what, this stuff is all nonsense, and you want to walk the path of truth. Yeah, fine. That's 40, 50, 60 years you'll never get back. You're screwed.
You're right.
Like,
you're 100% right.
Even if you became Buddha, right,
Yep.
at age 61.
That's right.
That's fine. And like that's better than not becoming Buddha. I'm not speaking in a relativistic sense. I'm speaking like,
right.
So what? So from 61, let's say you died at 85, right? Or from 61 to 85, you were the Buddha. Fine. But from 1 to 60, you lived a life of being screwed, a life that you'll never get back. So the sum total of your life is just destruction, right? And so I think that has to be understood, that the world, and I don't even like saying it, I really don't, because the moment I say it, it's going to sound like I'm trying to sell that message, that have you believe and try to convince. And I don't think there's anything further away from my interest than that. Like, I don't, like, the moon is right next to me compared to that, right? I couldn't care less who is convinced and who is helped by. I don't care, right? So, but the fact is the fact. So I'll make a statement of fact, and that is, unless you understand even the fraction of a degree, forget the degree, even a fraction of a degree, even to have the inkling, even to have the glimpse that you have been totally and utterly destroyed, murdered, right?
That's right.
You don't have a chance.
Yeah.
Because, I get some emails sometimes, and then when I get these emails, actually, these people might have a chance. I get these emails where say, I don't even like saying this because it sounds like I'm giving myself praise, which, once again, that's also like nothing can be further from. But I'm only mentioning it because the person said it, therefore I'm relaying it. I don't get anything from it, but it's good for them because they might get something from it. So once I read your stuff, I can't read content anymore, right? I can't go back. I can't.
It's all sales. It's all marketing.
I can't read the stuff anymore. Like, I can only read your stuff, right? Now,
right.
I like, no one should read my stuff. I got to backpedal on that, like, for the next hour, because just to get that bad taste out of my mouth for having said that. Like, no, you shouldn't read my stuff. No, I don't want you to read my stuff. No, I couldn't care less if you read my stuff. No, my stuff isn't good. No, I don't recommend it. So, like, I can't say that enough. I'm only mentioning it because the guy mentioned it. Okay, that's it. So, like, no, I don't think that if you read my stuff that you'd be better off. I really don't. That's not humility. I really don't, because to read my stuff, you have to be ready. Like my stuff will come across as the most negative, like, you know, depressing, in your face, violent, wild attack. If you're not like, there's no way, right? It's you shouldn't read it. It's not even for like, it's not even for you, right? Because so, but unless you understand that everything is a lie, right? And even when you said it's all marketing, it's even beyond that. I even even the attempt at benevolence, even your friend. I mean, your friend isn't marketing to you. Your friend isn't selling anything to you. Your friend's a liar, right? Not an
There you
not
go.
an not an intentional liar.
Of course. Yep.
Does he wants your best at heart? I never mean anything is intentional. Okay, so but 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 he he's a liar not because he's a mean liar, but he can't help it
That's
because
right.
he is. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, right? There's one guy left in the entire world, and everyone else is infected, right? And you have to understand that no matter how much of a suit and tie and well together the guy looks on the outside, he's body snatched. He's infected.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And so unless you understand, you are the only person in the world who has a chance. That is, if you have a chance. You may not even be one of those people who has a chance. Okay. And it's very unlikely that a human being is. So that's one in the 50 billion, right? So unless, like, for the possibility of truth to be even born, whether it's in one profession, your profession is investing, or whatever it is, it's in one's life and relationship, and you mentioned you're taking care of your family, whatever it is, those are all chock full of truth. But instead, the human being is chock full of lies, and so his conduct, his behavior, his actions, his thoughts, his his ways of being, his ways of relating, everything he does, from lifting a finger to opening his lips, from lifting a finger to opening his lips, is a lie. Okay. Now
Yep.
he must understand that that isn't something that he should prevent himself from doing. Like, stop lifting your finger, stop opening your lips. I'm not saying. I'm saying it's the understanding that all of one's thoughts and actions are coming from a substrate which has been fed to him for his entire life, not his own doing, not his fault. But nevertheless, because that's what's within him, that's what he has to understand. So it isn't about undoing. It is about undoing, but it really isn't, because there's no undoing if you don't understand. Because if you say, okay, I agree with you, fine, I'll buy what you're selling, right? It's okay. Um, I'll take it on faith. I'll take it on your word that all I've been given is destruction and my life has been destroyed and it's all a lie. Okay, now how do I undo? That doesn't go anywhere because you took it on faith. Okay? And it's foolish to believe me. It's foolish to listen to anything I say, because unless unless you have the understanding in your own personal experience, you don't have a prayer of undoing anything.